Yo, yo, yo. What up, peeps? It's Friday, baby. Yeah. What's going on, guys? Happy flippin' Friday, yo. So. Okay, I think we're good. We got the news for today, June 23rd. And then we will, Ferret, what up, dog? Then we'll die. Oh, Ferret, I got some news for you, dude. You're gonna lose your mind. Davey, what's up, brother? How's the recovery going, dude? I haven't talked to you in like what feels like probably about 5 days to a week or something almost. How's recovery, dog? So we'll do V Rising today, and this will probably be kind of like summing up V Rising for us for now. We took a good amount of time yesterday. For those of you that weren't here, we went over the schedule day by day. We're, dude, progressing though. I hope progressing, getting better, dude. I hope so. I know it's a slow process. I'm sure, dude. I can only imagine. Excuse me. So we went over the schedule yesterday after we watched the Nintendo Direct VOD that we missed from not being live on Wednesday, and what we've kind of decided is that we'll be hitting up basically full-time grounded moving forward, with maybe a little bit of finishing up Shadows Over Loathing kind of sprinkled in there, depending, because I want to try to play with Pinky as much as possible. He's going to be hitting day shift coming up, it seems like, and if there are some days where he's not able to play, I might just switch over and finish up Shadows Over Loathing. We don't have a whole lot left in that game. I want to finish that game up. So then after Grounded is finished, we're going to go play Tears of the Kingdom. We're going to get that done. And then we've got the rest of the schedule kind of tentatively planned out there for us, and we'll talk about it before we start gaming today for anybody that didn't get to check it out. Okay, but that's kind of the jam-a-lam for now. We'll rehash it out before I start gaming today after we do the news. Okay, but it's good to see everybody. Hope you're doing well. Happy Flippin' Friday. Hope that your weekend is kicking off. You know, I know a lot of people are still doing their work thing, getting ready for the weekend and stuff, but I hope it's going well anyways. Let's get into this new stuff, but first, this is what we're listening to this morning. I got stun locked. Oh no. Oh no. BPM soundtrack. It's full of bangers, and the game's dope. Indie dev, really cool art style, and it's a rhythm-based, roguelike FPS game. I mean, it's really, really cool. It's really good. Very well developed game, and highly recommend checking it out if you're into that genre of game, those genre of games. And if you like the soundtrack, pick it up too. It's a really, really good soundtrack. I listen to it all the time. The community's probably getting tired of it, but sorry, I'm not. Let's go. Let's kill that music. Let's get in here and look at what we got for the news today. Yeah. Right. Ah, dang, Davey, I'm sorry, bro. That sucks, yeah. Feels like when it rains, it pours, right? Yeah, dude, I'm sorry, brother. That sucks, man. You always got us, man. You always got us, dude. Ferret, dude. You know how I try to always say never, dude? Can you finish this sentiment for me? Got nothing? So, it looks like I might be starting to play Destiny 2 again. But it won't be streamed. Yeah. Yeah, I won't be streaming it though. Oh, yo, what's that, Davey? What's that, dude? Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, bro. So here's the deal. So the wife is wanting to start playing games with me a little bit. And so last night we had like family game night, but it's not like video game night. It's like more board game, card game, that kind of thing, right? But I took some time while we're sitting there playing games and stuff, and I was like going through some different, because my wife was like, the only thing she's really ever done gaming wise was like she played through Tomb Raider, and other than that, dude, most of what she's done has just been like family games, like Mario Party, Mario Kart, like, you know, things like that, right? And she was like, I want to play some other stuff, but I want to play with you, you know? And I don't want it to be like Nintendo fight stuff, you know? She's like, I want to get into some different genres of games, try some different things out outside of like the Nintendo sphere of gaming. And I was like, okay, cool. The upcoming game, oh yeah, I'll bring it up. So they've got the Deer Hunter stuff, or the Hunter Call of the Wild stuff, right? And there's I think a pack for the, what is the idle game they have or whatever too. Yeah. Or is it the upcoming one? Are you talking about upcoming, or the one that just dropped? Which one are you talking about? We'll hit on it today. We'll hit on it. Because yesterday was the end of well, yeah, so here's the deal. It kind of does too, Ferret. Oh, upcoming. Okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we'll hit on it. It kind of does, at least initially. Not totally, but at least initially. Uh oh, Dungeon of Nahobek? What is this, dude? I don't know that I've ever really heard about this either. I'll explain it, Ferret. I'll explain it. So this is hype for you, huh? This is hype for you, Davey? Okay, yeah. I see it a little bit, yeah. It's got more of a cartoony vibe to it, but yeah, a bit of that top-down CRPG kind of vibe, yeah. Interesting. Huh. Wild. Interesting. Cool. Nice. Nice. Well, that's the game that's coming up. I mean, since Davey already brought it up, we'll just go ahead and hit on that. That's what's coming up next week. Right now, it's Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realm. I think that's free anyways, but I don't. Maybe I'm wrong. And the Hunter Call of the Wild. Those are your free games right now, guys. So we get your free games, okay? So let me finish this sentiment here. So Ferret, the wife is really kind of she's in this space where she's like, she's not a gamer, and she doesn't really want to be gaming with anybody else right now outside of me until she gets a bit more of a handle on the games that she wants to play, and a bit more proficient at gaming and stuff like that. You know, she's got this like hesitation about it, about getting into the multiplayer stuff, and she doesn't want to bring other people's play down and stuff like that, you know. And I was like, okay, you know, so we're just going to play together to begin with. And I was showing her some games last night, and she thought that you know, she thought Destiny looked cool, and so there's a chance that we're gonna jump into Destiny and try that out a little bit, and if she enjoys it, that's what I was kind of telling her. Yeah, I know that, and I've expressed that to her and stuff too. And what I kind of told her as well was that, like, in Destiny, the longer you play, if you actually want to get up into top tier kind of equipment because that's the way progression works and everything, you're going to have to end up be willing to jump into some groups and raids with other people, and it's that kind of progression stuff. But I was like, we don't have to do that to begin with. We can just get in there and you can get a feel for the game. And she just wants to try out some different genres of games, and so, which is exciting for me. I think that's awesome, so I'll probably end up doing a little bit of like evening gaming, just hanging out with the wife, and I showed her Stardew. I was considering not streaming Stardew and playing that with her, and she was like, "It looks too tedious." She was like, "I don't think I want to play that," and I was like, "All right, cool, yeah, I respect it." But she wants to play It Takes Two, so we're gonna play It Takes Two together off stream, and probably try out Destiny 2. And we'll see what else we end up diving into that she wants to try out. But that's exciting for me. But it's funny because I kept telling her, I was like, I don't really want to play Destiny 2 again, da-da-da. And I was just thinking about it because she's giving me the kind of inkling that she wanted to potentially try out some shooter games, And yeah, my wife has played some Lego games with us and stuff too, yeah. But that's, like I said, I mean, it's been kind of few and far between for the wife playing games with us. Yeah, that's what, yeah, like I said, yeah, Mario Kart, Mario Party. She did play Tomb Raider. I watched her play Tomb Raider on my account back in the day, a long time ago. And that was cool. And I think she enjoyed it. And then just here recently, she was like, talking with my son about playing, and then talked to me about it, and I was like, that's awesome, yeah, let's play some games together, so I'm really excited about it. I think that's really neat. And I don't know if it's as much because she's always been more of a book person, and I don't know if it's as much of her wanting to actually get into gaming or as much of her just wanting to spend more time with me doing what I enjoy. But either way, dude, that's absolutely amazing. And I think we're going to have a really good time. So I'm excited about it, and it's just funny that I was telling you forever. Super Mario RPG. Wait, what? Yeah, me too, dude. Me too. But I think that's why, for shooters, that's why Destiny came to mind, because I was like, we can just jump in the base game. We can just run around in the world together in a party. We don't have to have anybody else in there. And we can and I think my son's actually going to jump in with us and play potentially. So it'll just be like a family ordeal where we run around and get a taste of the game, see if the wife likes it, and if so, then we'll talk about maybe the longer we play, potentially progression and doing raids and stuff like that. Blue, what's up, man? Halo greater than Destiny? Yo, go tell that to 343, dude. Yeah. Thanks for it. Yeah. But it just seemed like an easy thing to get her into for a shooter game. You know what I mean? Yo, go tell that to 343, Wick. See what they have to say about that. Blue, what's up, dog? What's going on, man? Wick's like, what's 343, dude? Okay, bro. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you do that, dog. Nice. I like it. Oh yeah, I had a few games that I was thinking about buying too, and I missed out on them, dude. Yeah. They'll be back on sale, dude. They'll be back on sale. That was a good reply, Wick. I like it, dude. Blue, how you been, buddy? Yeah. Yo, Wick. The wife and I are gonna be playing It Takes Two, man. She wants to play It Takes Two. Oh, dude. Oh, no worries, dog. Yo, Blue. I've had to express the sentiment to people a lot, and what I'll tell you, man, is that like you don't need to apologize to me for missing time here. Anytime anybody's able to spend here, being a part of what we do, I appreciate it very much. I'm here as often as I can be for everybody to have a cool place to come hang out and be a part of. So the time that people spend here, I appreciate that. You don't ever need to feel like you need to apologize to me, brother. You know what I mean? I hope the move's going well. Wick, did you just have a stroke? Somebody help Wick. He might have just ramped over a car in his lifted Prius while he was typing on the way to work, which you shouldn't be doing. No, dude, you know that. I told you that. No. I haven't played It Takes Two. I know you have. I know you have. You're the one that actually told me that I should play it. And the wife, like I was just talking to Ferret about the wife. The wife's been talking about wanting to play games together. And I originally brought up It Takes Two, and she was like, "It sounds like something like what was the Sackboy games for PlayStation back in the day? They were kind of cool, but she was like, I don't want to play a game like that. And I was like, it's not really like that. And I showed her a trailer of it last night, and she was like, oh, yeah, that actually looks pretty neat. Yeah, let's play that one. So we're going to play It Takes Two together. I won't stream it, dude. I won't stream it. She doesn't want to be on stream. She doesn't want to be on stream. So it won't be streamed. We're just doing like, this is like a bonding thing for me and her. For her and I. Excuse me. Yeah, it won't. Nothing that we play together will be streamed. Sorry, it just won't be. But I am playing the game with her, and it should be a lot of fun. Yeah, it's just a thing for us, dude. Way more money at the I meant to ask you about that, dude. It'll be pure comedy. Yeah, I showed her the trailer last night, and she was like, "Oh, this is actually way different than what I thought it was going to be." And this looks really cool. So we're going to play It Takes Two, and we're actually going to try out Destiny 2 together as well. Yeah, I mean, which I played a long time ago, but she's never played. When she yells at you. Yeah. If she was cool with being on stream, then I would consider it. But it's actually more of just a bonding thing for us, which is cool with me. It's really, dude, it's really special to me that like she's been expressing this interest in gaming. And I think a lot of it just has to do with her wanting to spend more time together, doing something together. And I appreciate the crap out of that. That's a very cool thing for me. It doesn't matter. She doesn't want to be on it at all. It doesn't matter. She doesn't want to be on it at all. Here's the thing, dude. It doesn't. Yeah. That's it, dude. Yeah. Big adventure. That was it, Blue. Yeah. She doesn't want her face. She doesn't want her voice. She doesn't even want people to see her gameplay, dude. That's the thing. She's never been a game player, right? So she's very kind of self-conscious about getting into gaming, and she doesn't want to play in groups with other people besides me or anything like that. And I respect that, you know. And again, it's just supposed to be something for us anyways, and which is for me really cool. So yeah, it won't be streamed, but I am excited to play It Takes Two finally, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. And I'll let you know how it goes and everything. Yeah, it'll be a good time. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I've thought about playing it forever since you told me about it, and I looked into it. So, Ferret, it was fun. Daughter got to meet and get her pick with one of your favorite voice actors. Oh, one of her favorite voice actors. Should record it? No. She wouldn't want me to, dude. So I won't do that out of respect. Yeah, that's what I thought, Ferret. Oh, really, dude? She got to get her pick with one of her favorite voice. Oh, that's so cool, dude. Nice. No. You're good, Ferret. That's what I read it, and then I was like, oh, it's got to be hers. Yeah, you're good, dude. That's awesome, man. And what was the Comic Con dope, dude? Was it good? Was it good? Yo, Blue, yeah, good call, dude. Thank you, man. I could not remember the name of that game. First one we've ever been to, yeah. I haven't been to one ever either, dude. Yeah, I mean, I would consider recording it too, but I know that she wouldn't want me to, so it's okay. It's all right. It's all good. But we'll have fun. We'll have fun. I'm excited. We're not going to start until this coming week. You know, we'll probably take a couple of days each evening, or each an evening of each week, or a few evenings each week, and play games together and stuff. And it'll be cool. It'll be fun. I'm excited. You're right, dude. You're right, Wick. I will. I'm like, no, we got to figure it out. Yeah, all the cosplay, dude. People do some wild cosplay nowadays, dude. Yeah, I mean, it's so elaborate. It's very, very detailed. The kind of stuff that people, all the 3D printing and how creative people have gotten with not just 3D printing, but just the creative side of people, what they're able to make out of everything, dude, for cosplay and stuff. It is very, very elaborate. It's very insane seeing what people can do nowadays. It's crazy, man. I'm glad, dude. I hope you guys had a great time. I meant to ask you about that. I'm sorry, man. Yo, Blue, how's the move going, dude? Everything going okay? Magicians that were on Penn and Teller's full. Oh, really? That's fun, dude. Nice. Sick. That's cool. I start pulling up some of these articles, man. I'm just sorry. I'm hyped up about the wife thing, dude. I'm hyped up about getting to play games with the wife. I might have to build another like mini form factor like PC or something, dude, just to have around so we can have another system to game on and stuff too. Or not mini, but like a mid-sized form factor PC or something. Not something as jacked as like my system is, but it's just something like medium for just for gaming. No way, Rufio was there? Oh, sick, dude. I loved Rufio whenever dude, I wore out that movie whenever I was a kid. Hook. I wore that movie out, dude. Rufio was the best, man. Rip Rufio, dude. Oh god, that was so sad. Moves going okay. A lot of back and forth between that. Brother, I've done so many moves, dude. Across this country. I've lived East Coast, West Coast, very far north, very far south. I've lived all over it, dog. So I know all about the moving. It's not fun, dude. I know. Yeah. So I feel that pain, Doug. I feel that pain. I'm sorry, man. He also does the voice of Prince Zuko from Avatar: Last Night. What? Rufio does? Are you for real? I didn't know that. Insane. Oh, you got to see the armor from Mandalorian. That's neat. Dude, that sounds like a cool Comic Con, man. Nice. I bet you guys had a blast, dude. Yeah, moving can be a pain in the butt, dude. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. I'll tell you what though. One of the things that moving, and I've never been a real big hoarder or anything, but one of the things that moving so much really helped me understand is that um, there are a lot of things that you just don't need to hold on to. I'm still not great, but it definitely is one of those things that taught me is that there are a lot of things that you think you want to keep, but you really don't need or whatever, and you can just give it away or whatever. You know what I mean? Oh, that's cool, Fair. That was very nice of you, man. Nice, cool, awesome. That's neat, dude. Cool. All right. Well, let's get into the news here, man. Let's get into this, see what we got. Shouldn't be quite as long of a news segment today as it was yesterday. We had a lot to catch up on yesterday. Microsoft regulators tangle in court over fate of $69 billion deal. Yo, 1 second, guys. All right. Sorry, guys. We'll see what's going on here. Regulators tangle in court over the fate of the $69 billion deal that could reshape the gaming industry. Microsoft was working on a separate, dedicated version of cloud gaming. What? Game Pass Ultimate update adds 2 games. Day 1 release. Did we already touch on this yesterday? What are these games? Yep. Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. Need for Speed Unbound and the Bookwalker Thief of Tales. We touched on this yesterday, so I'm not going to dive back into it today. Yo, look at this crap. Gamer infiltrated Nintendo meeting to complain about Splatoon 3's lack of male representation, I'm guessing. Let's do what we do, bro. I'll let you know. How do they know that all of these are how do they know whether they're male or female in Splatoon 3? Does it deliberately say? Is that his name, Dante Bosco? Yo, Vault, what's up, dog? That's so close to Donnie Brasco. That's so close to Donnie Brasco, dude. You guys know what Donnie Brasco is? Or who Donnie Brasco was? That's crazy, dude. Dante Bosco. Nice. Filthy Diablo 4 Infinite spawn glitch makes it rain loot for as long as you want. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, nice. What's good, dog? Nothing, man. We've just been chatting it up for a second, man. Chatting it up before we hit into all this new stuff. You saw that yesterday? Yeah. We'll read about it. We'll see what's going on. Hopefully they have a video. That'd be great. Just to watch the... Dude, that's like my dream. Just to be showered in loot nonstop. I'll just spin around. I already talked about that, dude. She doesn't want to play it. I already talked about that, Wick. Yeah. So that's the first game I showed the wife. Was like Stardew, because I considered not streaming Stardew at all and us just playing it together, co-op. And no way, dude. You cannot say that. Nope. I landed an absolute treasure, dude, in my life, man. There's no flipping way. No way. But I showed it to her and she was like, it looks too tedious. She was like, I don't want to dive into that. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. I'll say this, I probably wouldn't have survived this long without my wife, to be honest. I probably would have I probably would have died a while back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My wife is a very patient individual, and she definitely she she came into my life at a time where I was still quite wild, and she made me see a different side of life, and calmed me down, and you know probably saved me a little bit. I would say it's not probably, definitely, yeah, yeah. So I landed. I got very very fortunate to find my wife, and for her to stick with me all these years too. I would say. I mean, there must be something okay about me, but uh, uh oh, are you really, Wick? Nice. Any of the Fallout games? Yeah, I'm blue. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, we got one coming up too, dude. Yeah, blue. So I played the crap, dude, out of Fallout 3 back in the early PS3 days. Dude, I wore that game out and I had a blast in it. So right here, dude, check it. Ugh. We've actually got New Vegas on the schedule. We updated the schedule yesterday, by the way. So here's kind of the play right now. We're finishing up V Rising today. Basically, we're going to be kind of done for the most part with V Rising today. We're going to focus on Grounded. We're going to try to get Grounded kind of, at least the story part of Grounded, taken care of. And then we're going to dive back into Tears of the Kingdom. And August, we're going to be diving into Fallout New Vegas. Okay, so August and September are going to be kind of weird. This is what people need to understand. Fallout New Vegas is something that I've been wanting to play for a long time. This is considered kind of the goat of the Fallout games, by the way. New Vegas is by a lot of people like considered to be like the best Fallout game there is, and that's always going to be a bit, that's a subjective kind of thing, right? Goat is most deaf goat, yeah. So, um, not everybody's totally going to agree with that, but consensus across the board, most people that are fans of the Fallout series consider New Vegas to be the thing. And so I've been needing to play this for a long time, and we're going to dive into it in August. The thing that I need people to understand is that we got a lot of games coming out too, right? So yeah, blue. So yeah. So here's let me finish this sentiment about the schedule, and then I'll address that for you, okay? So down below here, you can see like WrestleQuest comes out on the 8th of August. Blasphemous 2 comes out on the 24th of August. These are two games that I'm really, really, really looking forward to playing. So I might break up the Fallout gameplay a little bit with some other games, because this is going to be a very long playthrough. It probably won't take 400 hours like I have next to it, but it will probably take me somewhere between 200 to 300 hours to get through Fallout New Vegas. Let's see here. Um, I can't type this morning, man. I need like a jug of coffee. Um, Completionist, Leisure's 439, Rushed is 96, median 135, average 155. So I figure probably somewhere around 150 to 200 hours is what I'm thinking. Fallout 76 does not interest me at all, Ferret. But what I would say is you should definitely be checking out like Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. Dude, those games are beloved games for a reason. Now, I think Vault to go, Fallout 76 is pretty good. And I think it's probably a lot better nowadays than it was, in the early days. But The reason that my schedule is set up like this, where I hugely overestimated the time it would take for me to play games, is because we made this schedule at the very beginning of the year, right? And so I knew, especially after the beginning of this month when we had all these showcases, I knew that we were going to have a bunch of dates come out for games. Yeah. So like we have, and like we've got Blasphemous hitting at the end of this month. We got WrestleQuest at the beginning of this month. We got Lies of P hitting third week of September. Starfield's the beginning of September. Stuff like that, right? Which Starfield is going to be a very long game. So even if I wanted to play that, Starfield's a game I'm waiting for it to come out. I want to see what people think about it first. Bethesda's turned into one of those companies. I talked about this yesterday. Bethesda's turned into one of those companies that I'm not real eager to jump into their games day one. I want to wait and see how they're doing with their releases nowadays before I jump in, right? Yeah, Vault. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. So Fallout will be played between August and September with some other games mixed in because I want Blasphemous 2. I want to play WrestleQuest. I probably will play Lies of P if it looks like it's going to be good. Things like that, right? And we might even get another game that comes out with a release date in this time period, over the next month or so. We'll see. Yeah, they just gave away that game recently, dude. And it's the full edition, all the DLC and everything. I'm pretty sure I already owned it on Steam. Let me see. Do I already own that? Library. Yep. I already have it. But I don't know if I have. Yeah, I've got like all the DLC too. So I'll probably play it on Steam. That way I get all the achievements and everything also. It looks like I've got the entire edition on both platforms. So I bought it at some point. I thought I had. But they did give it away on Epic not too long ago. Yeah. Yeah. So Blue, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. I have a lot of stuff on YouTube I'm trying to catch up on, right? So you can, like, if you check the YouTube channel, I've already got some of our playthroughs out there, but I've got a lot of playthroughs that haven't been made public yet, right? So basically, that's why I'm taking Wednesdays off right now, is because I've got a lot of backlog that I need to get taken care of. And it's difficult because if I'm streaming 7 days a week, and I'm still trying to cut out all my content after streams every day and work on getting that stuff into YouTube every day. It's extremely time intensive. And so I'm taking Wednesdays off to try and catch up and get all my content that I've done that I want to have public on YouTube public. Some of it's already there. There's a lot that's not. And so that's one of the reasons, besides wanting to do like new overlays, new video montages, new fun stuff for you guys to do in the community. You know what I mean? Like the camera filters and stuff like that I just got done. And I just got 2 new GIFs put in from our buddy Gabs this past Wednesday that needed to be done. It's things like that is why I'm taking Wednesdays off. So yes, I actually take all of my content and I push it to YouTube, but not all of it's public yet. That's the thing. So it's all out there. At least not all of my gameplay I've ever done, but most of it. And it's just not all of it's public yet. So yeah. What I plan on doing is getting all the way caught up. That's why I need that extra day each week right now. And then if I'm feeling like I'm all the way caught up, I don't have anything else I need to take Wednesdays off for, we'll be back to 7 days a week, right? But I've got a lot of content, man, that's like really good stuff and that's one of the reasons that I want to get it all public is so when people aren't able to be here for specific episodes or days of us playing a game and they want to see what happened, they can go back and watch it on YouTube, right? Things like that. Or if they came into the community and they're like, oh, have you ever played this game? And I'm like, yeah, we played it then. It's on the YouTube. They can go watch it on YouTube. That's one of the big things for me about getting all the content put on the YouTube page. It's more of like an outreach thing for me than it's ever been about monetization, right? So it's about showing people what we do here, giving them access to content they might not have been privy to before coming into the community and things like that. So yes, it will be put up on YouTube. Yeah. The thing is, I'm just trying to get caught up right now on a lot of it. It's very time intensive. So hopefully that answers your question. Probably a little bit more than you were looking for, but yes, it will be there. So that's the plan. I'd plan on going over this like at the end of the news segment, beginning of the gaming stuff today, but this is kind of what's going on. We're going to finish Grounded. We're going to get into Tears of the Kingdom, and then we're going to start doing Fallout New Vegas. And Tears of the Kingdom might run into August a little bit. I don't know. We'll just have to see how that goes, but it'll be cool. We'll figure it out. We talked about that already. GTA 6 leak proves Rockstar will buck gaming's worst trend. What's this? Microtransactions? Whatever. They're planning on having a year between the game's reveal and its release. Is that the worst trend in gaming? I don't think so, personally. I do think it's bad. I think a lot of publishers and developers and the marketing side of things, I don't think there's enough communication there quite often. I think there's always a bit too much eagerness, I guess, to get a release date out there, and then they can't meet that date, and then you end up a lot of times in bad situations of multiple delays. Say something like Skull and Bones, right? Well, we got like 7 delays on that game now. Just eats Thai food on Wednesdays and lays on the couch. Don't yuck my yum, dog. That's not true, though. That's not true. Look what I did for you. Really, I did it for Gabs, but... Yo. You shake weight jam. Yeah. Booty, baby. Are pretty funny, Gabs. Isn't it? It's so good, dude. It's so good. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to get I've started getting all my second year clips downloaded. That's another thing that's very time intensive too. So right now, I'm trying to go back through and take a look at like all the clips that we have from year 2 of the stream, because we just finished year 2. So I'm trying to go back through and look at all of the clips we have from year 2 and like pull all the good ones down. And there's a lot of good ones, guys. You haven't seen the balls one? I say balls a lot. I'm like, oh, that's total balls. I'll take those balls too, though. I love balls. That's the first one she made. She made that one a long time ago. And I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to turn that into a GIF. And she was like, oh, that'd be great. And then here recently, she made the yo one. And I was like, oh god. I still think it's of the balls drink. I don't even know that drink, dude. I'm out of touch, dude. I'm not trendy enough. So I finally took a little bit of time this past Wednesday when I was off outside of doing some of the other stuff and got those made up. Another big thing I did though is like I backed up all of my stream stuff, which was really good. I had been a long time since I backed up things, and a lot of things had been updated since and stuff like that. So, excuse me. I got all that stuff updated, so If anything goes awry, hopefully it won't be too bad to get it all set back up, because that's pretty important. And and then I started going through all the year 2 clips and highlights and stuff, and that's very time intensive too. So I'm trying to get new montages done, so we can have like different intro videos, maybe break videos, and maybe even an exit video or whatever. So I can be like, "Yo, have a good day," da da da, and then you guys can like see some like montage stuff as we like bounce out, you know, and just end it on that note. And so it takes a long time because I'm having to sift through all the clips. All the clips, I have to go look through them and see if they're worth downloading. And there's a lot that are. So I have to download them all, and then I'm gonna have to go in and actually use my video editor to like crop them and put them together and create the video out of them and stuff. So right now I'm in the process of like actually sifting through and like pulling out all the good clips and highlights so I can make some new montages. But it'll be really nice once I get that done. It'll be really, really good. That's why the Wednesday, the day off on Wednesday, man, is feeling so good right now, because I'm actually able to start working on a lot of the stuff that I wanted to get done for us and for the channel and the community and everything, you know. Gods Unchained. Oh no, and no, no, no. I don't do the NFT thing, man. Get wrecked. Yeah, I don't know. Yo, Farrah, did you hear about Final Fantasy 16, dude? Did you hear about this? Everybody. Has everybody heard about Final Fantasy 16 right now? Yo, hey, Wick, here you go, dog. Yeah, okay. So we read about it yesterday, and a lot of what I'm getting from reviews out of Final Fantasy 16 is a big turnoff for me, dude. I think for traditional Final Fantasy fans, most traditional Final Fantasy fans are going to be pretty turned off. Final Fantasy 16 seems to be a game more like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta, and apparently the content's pretty solid, but it's also fairly quick considering what usual Final Fantasy games are thought to be. Well, there's no turn-based at all. So it's all action, but it's also apparently very, very shallow RPG. So they have just turned Final Fantasy into an action game with virtually really, really bleak RPG elements, which is not what Final Fantasy was ever supposed to be. So it's not just we knew throughout the entire development of this game that it was going to be action. There was no turn-based in it at all. We knew that. But apparently the RPG side of this is basically gone. And I think that to some people that aren't traditional fans of Final Fantasy, that'll be fine. But I think to a lot of fans of the series, that's a miscue. And I can't help but think that, like, for myself, I'm not really going to care to play this game. Even if it's a solid title or whatever, it, in my opinion, shouldn't have been Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is always supposed to have been an RPG. And if they're taking the RPG elements out of it, it's not Final Fantasy. It's something else that they slapped Final Fantasy's name on. And then they put the summons in it too. Apparently, it looks great. It's got a decent story to it. The writing's pretty good. Content is pretty solid. But it's not an RPG, apparently. So, for me, that's a miss. And I probably won't ever play it. Yeah, Blue. I mean, there are a lot of us. I mean, Final Fantasy VII, dude, is my favorite game of all time. Original Final Fantasy VII. And Ferret and I both share a very strong feeling about Final Fantasy VI. Yeah, that's absolutely what they're calling it, Ferret. But reviews, we got critic reviews out already. Here, dude, check it out. I mean, it's being reviewed in like the high 80s right now already. So, I mean, you can see the 88. But if you look at some of these, it's like shallow RPG hooks. You know what I mean? And I read a full review of it yesterday that was like, if you're looking for traditional Final Fantasy, the RPG elements aren't there. It's not part of it. The game's good, but it's not traditional Final Fantasy RPG. You know, we read an entire. You can look. Yesterday's news segment will be up later today, and I think that a lot of people will enjoy the game, but I don't see a lot of people that are traditional Final Fantasy fans being real thrilled about this. Look at this, even an 80 right here. An assertive turn to action with near perfect gameplay, but which has almost nothing left of an RPG. I think that people are respecting what they, my first Final Fantasy game was Final Fantasy 1. I used to play Final Fantasy 1 with my cousin all the time. I loved it. It was a great game. And then Final Fantasy 2, and then 3, which is 6 or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Yeah. 2, 4, 3, 6. Yeah. Tactics, dude. I loved Tactics. 3 was the hook for me. I mean, like playing Final Fantasy 1 with my cousin was like, oh, this is a dope game. And then 2 was like, oh man, this is sick. 3 was the hook. Or 6. 3, 6, right? It was 3 here in the States. It was 6 like in most of the other parts of the world. That was the hook for me. I was like, oh god dang, dude, I'm a Final Fantasy fan, dog. You never got to play Tactics? Bro, you should go play it, dude. Final Fantasy Tactics was a banger, dog. That's a cool ass game, dude. Final Fantasy Tactics is really good. In my opinion, anyways. And then Final Fantasy VII, dude, was, I mean, like, blew my mind. That was my jam, dude. And I mean, you can see even like an 80, right? Even an 80 right here for Game Blog, they're saying almost nothing left of an RPG. That sucks, dude. That sucks. They've taken the RPG out of Final Fantasy, man. It feels so flippin' terrible. Why? Why would they do that to that series? That's just so sad, man. It hurt to read that yesterday. Oh, really? I wonder where you could play it at. Yeah. Yo, Wick. E3 2024 and 2025 canceled, dude. Yo, how many years? I've been talking about this for like 2 years now. How E3 was never going to be a thing again. We'll pull that up real quick. I think that was one of those things you could always bank on for Final Fantasy, and now it's gone. The things you could always bank on for Final Fantasy, right, was that you were going to get deep RPG, and you were going to get a nice long story with plenty of side content, and then grindable in-game stuff. And I think that they've taken all that now, which to me is like, how can you even call that a Final Fantasy game? Because you put the summons in there? Oh, weird, Ferret. Man, they do that so often now. That's like they put what do they call it? Symphony of the Night, dude. They put Castlevania Symphony of the Night on Android too, and it's like, you know, they do that with like all those old games now. It's kind of wild. Which I guess, dude, you could Google Play on, you know, desktop now, and it might be a fine experience. I forget that they have Google Play for desktop all the time now, you know. I'm not a real big mobile player, you know, so I just forget about it all the time. But I mean, that could be an option, I guess. Yeah. Maybe if you really wanted to look into it and play it. What's the all-time rating for Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, it's beta right now. Check it out. Yeah. So right here, dude, play Android games on PC. Right here, dog. Mobile gaming to your PC, dude. Download the beta. Yeah. So take a look at this, Doug. There you go, man. Yeah, this just popped off over the past few months, I think, or the beginning of this year, maybe even. And I don't know that it's in all parts of the world right now, but yeah, dude. Yeah, I keep forgetting about it too, dude. I keep forgetting about it also. Yeah, but that might be something for you or anybody else that because a lot of these old games that you can't get on a lot of modern platforms, they have turned them into like Android games and stuff like that. So if you want to try them out, you could think about maybe grabbing them on Android and then playing them on your desktop with the Google Play desktop stuff. Installing, let's go, dude. Cool. Yeah, man. Let me know how that works. I haven't tried it, dude. I haven't tried it out. So let me know how that works out for you. Bro, I would not pay $300 for this. You've got to be kidding me. I talked about this yesterday, dude. Project Q is a remote play device. It's not a traditional handheld. Check this out, dude. Let me give you a little bit of some perspective here of what PlayStation's trying to do, okay? Microsoft thinks Sony's Project Q price will be under 300. So probably somewhere close to 300 actually. So what we're talking about is a PlayStation controller with a screen in the middle. It's not a traditional handheld. All it is a remote play device. So what that means is all this thing does, right? Here, let's just pull this up real quick. Just kind of start this open. Now that we got this headline up here, so I'll give everybody a bit of perspective here about what this is. This wouldn't surprise me. I kind of figured that the Project Q would be somewhere around $250 to $300. This is just a remote access device. If you didn't know, all that means is that wherever your PS5 is, you can basically stream that content over to this device and play it on this device as long as you're in the same network area, right? So it'll be like you've got your PS5 running in the living room. You need to go hang out on the porcelain throne, as it were, but you don't want to quit gaming, right? So you pick up your Project Q and you keep gaming while you go do your business. Doing gaming business while you go and do your business, right? It's a remote access device for probably $250 to $300. Whereas the Steam Deck, for $100 more, roughly, is a dedicated gaming handheld. Fully dedicated gaming handheld device for a roughly $100 more, right? Now, is it PlayStation? No. But I'm just trying to give people some perspective here as to what this actually is, okay? Now, I've already got a video out there on our YouTube about why the Project Q is very underwhelming for me. And it's because it's not a traditional handheld. They are charging what is going to be a significant amount of money for old technology. It is a remote access device, which honestly is technology that's been around for over a decade now. Steam, I talked about this yesterday as well, but now that we have a little bit of a price reference for what we think the Project Q is going to go for, remote access is something that actually Steam's been doing for PC users for a very long time. It used to be a hardware device called the Steam Link. It was a small form factor piece of hardware, a couple of USB ports, power adapter plug-in. It had Wi-Fi. It has an Ethernet port as well as an HDMI port. That's it. And it allowed you to basically remotely access your gaming content through Steam in any other room that you plugged that device into, right? Nowadays, you don't even need that hardware anymore. Steam runs it through an app called Steam Link. It's just an app. You can go download it on a TV. You can put it basically on anything. On anything, you can put that app and just run it. And you can still get the hardware. I've got two of the old hardwares, and they're awesome. You put them anywhere in the house that you don't have your main gaming PC, and you just can remotely play, right? So I find it asinine that PlayStation is trying to get over on their consumers by charging probably $250 to $300 for a controller that has a screen on it that isn't even a traditional handheld, like the Steam Deck is, for roughly $100 less than what the Steam Deck is, just for remote play, for remote access to their games. It's really, really disgusting, actually. And the fact that, as far as I know, PlayStation, as well as these other console makers, don't even give their consumer base remote access like like a platform like Steam does. And Steam doesn't doesn't charge you for it or anything. The app doesn't cost. There's no subscription service to it. The hardware used to be a minimal cost because hardware costs to produce, right? But the app itself, to use it or anything like that, nothing at all, right? And as far as I know, none of these console players give you that capability at all for buying into their platform. There's not an app you can go put on a TV and go, oh, yo, I can remote access my Xbox Series X, or, you know, the Switch doesn't really need it because you can plug a Switch in anywhere. It plays a dual role, right? It's the it's the mobile device as well as it plays that role as a traditional handheld as well, right? So we'll leave it out of this conversation. But traditional consoles like the Xbox Series X and S and the PlayStation 5, how are they not giving people, consumers, people buying into their product and their platform, how are they still not at this point in the evolution of technology giving people remote access as just a thank you, right? You buy a PS5 or you buy an Xbox Series X or S and you put it in your living room. Yet, if you want to go play in your bedroom or whatever, you can't do it because they don't give you that quality of life. Yeah. And now PlayStation goes, well, if you want that quality of life, you need to buy our Project Q and give us another $250 to $300. Yeah. Whereas we know that it should just be a quality of life option for being part of that platform. PC users have had it for roughly a decade. When did Steam Link get created? Let's take a look. Release, I guess. November 2015. So 8 years now. Yeah, 8 years going on. This is what it was originally. Yeah. Wirelessly, it's just remote access. So for 8 years, going on a decade now, Steam is just giving this to people, right? And now you've got console players. And again, you don't even have to buy this hardware anymore on Steam for PC. It's an app now. It's just an app that you have to. That's all you have to do is download it. It doesn't cost anything. It's nothing extra. It's just quality of life that Steam gives PC players for being part of their platform. Nice quality of life to be able to play in any other room that you can utilize that app, right? You basically just take your content you're playing, you boot Steam up on your main PC, you go into your TV where you got like Steam Link on or whatever, open up Steam Link and it goes, checking your network. Oh, we found that you've got Steam open, this account on this device. Do you want to connect? Yeah, I want to connect. Boom. It's like you're in your Steam account on your computer, just in another room. And you can open any game, play any game you want. You're playing straight off of your PC in another room. It's been around for quite a while now. And it costs nothing on PC. And here is PlayStation charging people for a controller with a screen on it. $250 to $300. This is the crap, dude, that I can't get past. I cannot get past this stuff. Yo, I like it, Ferret. Project, quit buying this crap. It's nonstop, dude. There's nothing about these companies that scream, yo, thank you, to the consumer. It's all, how much more can we rip out of your wallet? Yeah, it's not, it's not like they're trying to find ways to give you backwards compatibility or making the quality of life for your gameplay easier. You know what I mean? Or anything like that. It's always give me more, give me more, give me more. It doesn't matter how long you've been bought into that platform. Yeah, they just keep doing it to the consumer. And I've traditionally played across all platforms, man, and I've gotten to the point where I can't stand the console side of this industry anymore because this is all they do, right? And I cannot recommend enough people try to find a way to get into PC gaming. It's just a much more consumer-friendly side of things. This is just so disgusting that this kind of stuff keeps happening. So instead, basically what this boils down to is instead of Sony going, we've got this technology, Probably should have rolled it out about 5 years ago, or at the very least, we should have rolled it out whenever the PS5 initially released and just given people an app for remote access in any other room or whatever. They're like, let's hold off. We can probably create just a remote access device and make people pay for it. Instead of saying thank you to the consumer, giving people quality of life for continuing to buy into their platform, they keep pulling this kind of crap. So look, here's my thing. If you are considering paying $300 for this, maybe consider spending another $100 and buy a Steam Deck and get into the PC gaming side of things and see what you think about it. Dude, did I close the stupid search? I closed the search. Wait, no, hold on. That's what I opened. Yeah. It's so gross, dude. Yeah, thank you for throwing money at us. Yeah. Man, it's so disgusting. Like, that it's just nonstop. Even the Project Star stuff that they tried to push out as like, oh, we're doing this for the consumer. It was gross, dude. There's nothing I ever see from the console players anymore that's like a good play as like a thank you. Xbox is the only one that I've seen that does like they've got any aim at least like trying to do backwards compatibility, really. At least Xbox is trying on that front, it seems. They're not there. Yeah, I know, Vault. I know. But that's the thing is like all this stuff for me is like trying to open people's eyes, right? Had your PS4 for 3 years, got mine for $200 to $300. PSN can shove it. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be able to change the fanboy fangirl, the fan club, the PlayStation fan. I mean, look, I talk about this a lot, right? You get people that are blinded, whether it be blinded by a particular developer of games or a particular developer of consoles or a particular developer of CPU or what have you, right? You've got those people that are blinded for some reason or another. They get very um my company can do no wrong, right? It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing that happens to people. I don't understand why, but it results in people being unable to critically look at what's actually being done to them anymore by that company. And it's weird to me. I don't know why it happens to people. Yeah, Gothic, I was a Sony fan for a long time too. I mean, I've still got a PS1, a PS2, a PS3, and it was in the midst of PS4 coming to fruition that I was like, I can't buy into this anymore. Yeah, fair. There are a lot of Apple people that I mean, there are people that do this with any kind of you know company. And for me, it's like most of you know, but for anybody that's hanging out, it's important for me in the gaming industry, which is the industry that I love, man. I see so much going wrong on that side of things, so much where these companies, especially on the console side of gaming, are just obliterating people's wallets. They're just it's getting so flippin' scummy, dude. And I get it. A business is a business, but there's a difference between a good business, making money and being good to their customers and stuff like that, and what I see most of these console players have turned into. You know, if you treat your customer well, you get loyalty from them. And I don't see most customers being treated well anymore, man. But I still think there are a lot of people that are just like blinded by their love for, well, I'm a PlayStation guy. Rip open their shirt and they've got a PlayStation logo on their chest or something. It's like, why? You know what I mean? Yo, Peter, what's up, man? Like, what makes people like that? You know, to where they actually are they just they're so blinded. They're like tunnel vision on the fact that nothing else could ever be better. They just can't accept the fact. Like, what gets people into that mind state? I don't know, but it happens all the time, dude. It happens all the time. And for me, again, I mean, being somebody that's traditionally, dude, I've always played Nintendo. I've always played Xbox. I've got an Xbox One. I've got regular Nintendo. I've got PlayStation 1. And I've got versions of consoles, throughout the evolution of consoles, up to present from the different developers and everything. But I'm like basically done buying into them because it's just the entire console industry has gotten so flipping gross, man. Dude, that's what I mean. That's what a lot of this is for me. If people are going to do what they want to do, but I think a big part of what I'm trying to get people to understand is that a lot of this should be looked at critically. If you're willing to pay $300 for a remote access PlayStation device, you should at least be aware that you can pay $400 for a true dedicated PC gaming handheld that can play games on its own, you know, that isn't a remote access device and can get you into maybe a side of gaming that's not so gross nowadays. There's just God dang it, Wick. He flipping killing me, dog. Always Wick. So I mean, I think that's just one of my real aims whenever I try to do, because like I'm gonna take that I'm gonna clip that out and I'm gonna put it up on YouTube, and a lot of it's education for me. I want people to be educated. I guarantee you, this is not stuff that's gonna like this is gonna it's gonna piss fans off. It's gonna piss those console developers off, but they suck, dude, and they deserve it. Pepe's so sad. It drives me crazy, dude. Oh, new Transformers video game revealed. We got the reveal, dude. N64, Xbox, PS2, PS3. Yeah. Well, and I mean, I think that it's Peter. How you doing today, buddy? And Gothic, what's up? I don't think I told you guys happy Friday. I think that's the big part of it is like I didn't really start seeing the console industry this way until last gen started coming about. When last gen started coming about, I started noticing a lot of things, and I really started turning away from the console side of the gaming stuff. And I've always, again, I mean, I've always done consoles, I've always done PC, all that stuff, and I've gamed across all those different platforms, and I've just gotten, got to where I started noticing things that were a huge turnoff for me about the way they were treating consumers, fan base, stuff like that, that just didn't make sense to me anymore. Dude, I'm just getting throttled. I didn't even know I was pizza faced right there. Fantastic. This is going to be a long news segment, isn't it? We've been talking a lot this morning. Oh, man. Dude, I've got a jacked up muscle in my back. It sucks. My wife actually like gave me a deep tissue massage last night on that side of my back, man, and now it's all like real sore, dude. I mean, it felt great. Starfield was reportedly in development for PS5. Really? Interesting. But now my back's all sore from it. Ripperoni, dude. Here's what's funny, Peter. Yo, Ferret, go again, dude. Peter, I'll tell you a story, dude. So I've actually got a lower back injury. Um, Um, Random mote time, guys. I've got a lower back injury. I've got a vertebrae in my lower back that's actually compressed. So one side of it's compressed, and it can cause issues because I've got when it originally happened, it was really bad, and it's gotten better over the years, kind of, but I'll still have issues, right? And nobody getting that ripperoni, come on, man. And so like one side, and it's down in my low, it's like in my lumbar. And one side of my vertebrae is like compressed, so it looks more like a triangle than it does actually like a rectangle. You know what I mean? Like my vertebrae is just it's smashed basically. And whenever it originally happened, I was in constant terrible pain, and I was actually being sent to a chiropractor. Yeah, the back injuries are no joke. I didn't ever really understand until I had my own back injury. It's much better nowadays than it ever used to be. But when it originally happened, they were sending me to a chiropractor. I was going to see a chiropractor, and I was going to a chiropractor 2 days a week. And every time I would go in, this chiropractor was like, "Your hips are out of alignment. Your hips are out of alignment. Your hips are out of alignment again. Again, your hips are out of alignment." Every single time I went in, that was the same thing. And finally, after about 6 months, he's like, "I can't help you. I can't help you." So, it's one of those things where um, usually if I keep my core, like my legs and my abs strong enough and stuff, I don't deal with too many issues. But occasionally I'll get into a situation where it feels like maybe something's gone wacky with like other parts of my back, and I think it's sometimes because other parts of my back are trying to compensate for that injury, if you know what I mean, you know. And I don't know, maybe I need to go see another chiropractor nowadays and see what they have to say about it. But um, yeah, I've been dealing with a little bit of like some. It felt like a pulled muscle in my back. But last night I was really struggling after the stream, man. I was hurting really bad. And my wife got in behind me. We were playing board games and stuff last night. My wife got in behind me and was like feeling my back. She was like, "Oh my god!" She was like, "Your back is all knotted up on that side." So she massaged it out and everything. But I mean, my wife gets in there, dude. She really got in there deep with the deep tissue massage stuff, and she considered being a masseuse at one point, so she's pretty good at it. And but this morning, man, it feels better, but it feels like bruised almost. You know what I mean? Because she was really working that knot out of there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wick, that's what she was doing. She was getting real deep in there. You know what I'm saying? The new Need for Speed is only for PS5, Xbox, and PC. Oh, brutal, Gothic. That sucks. No PS4 version, yeah. Well, here's what I'll say, Gothic. Drink water? No. Why drink water when you have coffee? Yo, you know what, dude? I've actually been wanting to get some acupuncture done. I've heard great things, and I want to try it very badly. I want to get some acupuncture done. Actually, not dung, not dung needles. Acupuncture done to me. I'm really interested in having that done. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, but I've been thinking about trying acupuncture for a long time. I've heard good things about it, and I want to try acupuncture. But that's interesting. The dry needling thing. I haven't heard too much about that one. I've had some other friends that have done the acupuncture stuff, and they like swear by it. Man, they're like it's good stuff. You got to know somebody that really knows what they're doing. You got to go somewhere where they really know what they're doing. But same type of needles, yeah. Oh no, you're fine, Peter. Yeah, yeah, it's all good. What is wrong with my chat, dude? Jeez. Yeah, so Gothic, here's the thing you got to understand. So I've said this before, we're like hitting that period, right? So the new gen consoles like PS5, Xbox Series X and S, these are we're hitting like we're coming up on the 3-year period of those consoles being out, right? Which means we're halfway through the life cycle, which means they're actually looking at project development for new consoles now, right? This is the cyclical cycle of consoles. So when we're about halfway through a life cycle of a console, like we are right now with the new gens, they quit making software quite often. This is about the time they quit making software for the previous gen consoles. And we've seen it happen a lot now. A lot of games coming out aren't being made for the previous gen consoles. It's just the way it goes. It's being the software being made for the like PS4, the Xbox One, it's being declined significantly, and they're focusing solely on the current gen consoles, and these developers are now looking at what the next gen console is actually going to be, and they're probably in the early stages of development of those consoles. So you just have to understand that that's just the nature of gaming business, you know? It's just the way it works. So I know that it sucks. It's unfortunate. It's not going to make you feel any better, but you just have to expect that, right? When you're about halfway through the life cycle of the current gen consoles, they really stop making a lot of the software for the previous gen anymore. That's kind of the way it works. It really starts dropping off. Put like 500 needles on your back, dude. I would take it right now. I would take it. Starfield's planets 10% will feature life in some way. Okay. So you mean like you're actually falling out? All right, Blue. Yo, dude, I'm sure you're tired with the move and everything, man. It's good to see you, buddy. I hope the rest of the move goes well, man. Maybe we'll see you later, okay, dude? It's good to see you, buddy. We got this up. There's a Horse Ranch expansion pack coming out for The Sims 4 if you're interested. The Sims 4 is very like, it reminds me of, oh, bro, why am I blanking the name of that like Sim City game? Help me, guys. The new one, the second version of it's coming out here pretty soon. God, dude, I'm blanking hard. What a flipping. 5 is in development, Peter. Yeah, it's going to be out before too long. Sims 4 is actually free, right? It's free, but there's a ton of DLC that still costs money. That's where they get you at, right? Like a lot of other games. So Sims 4 is actually free. You can get it like on Epic. I think it's on Steam and everything. City Skylines. There you go, Vault. Thanks, dude. Thanks. Yeah, I was tripping, dog. Appreciate it, buddy. City Skylines is not free, but you can get the base game really, really cheap. But, dude, have you guys seen how much DLCs for that game? This is another one of those games that's kind of like that. Look. What? So this game goes on sale for like next to nothing quite often. But look at how much, like, if you want all of the DLC, the complete collection for City Skylines, $350. $350, dude. Wait, what? Oh, you talking about the Guacamelee games? Yeah, dude. They went off yesterday. Yeah. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. The Guacamelee games are gone. Oh, you're just saying like holy guacamole because it is so expensive? It's a ton, dude. And that's the way The Sims is as well, I think. The Sims is like free to play, but they've got a ton of DLC, dude. Let's see. Sims 4. Yeah, see, it's free. So Sims 4 is Sims 4 is free, but if you want to play Sims 3, $20. All right. Shut up, you mumblers. It's not nearly as bad actually. The DLC for this game, oh well, the Pet Lovers is 66. The Decorator's Dream Bundle is 66, and the Everyday Sims Bundle is 66. Oh yeah, dude, look at all this. Look at all this. All DLC, add all DLC for Sims 4 to your cart, $1,144. Look at this, guys. All Sims DLC, add it to your cart. Sims 4 DLC, $1,144. Good night. But yeah, Sims 5 is in development, dude. Yeah. I don't think it'll be too much longer before it comes out, actually. That's insane, dude. We already read about this. Wait. Let's actually pull that up real quick. We'll do a quick search here, see if there's anything else we didn't see. $1,144. That's a good price point, you think, for all that DLC? There's no kappa behind that, or no lol, Peter. No lol behind that, Peter. Yeah, $1,144 for all the Sims 4 DLC on Steam. Look. Look, if you go to the content for this game and see all, look at all this DLC. Look at this flipping drop down list, dude. And there's the price right there. $1,144.31. Yeah, dude. Talked about it already. Yeah. I mean, that's like the opposite. Like, you know, I talk about quite often. Even though the game had a terrible release, you know, Hello Games and their game No Man's Sky, I will give them credit. That game never should have released when it released. It's not acceptable. It never should have happened. But where I will give them credit is that game, that developer, Hello Games, they stood by it. They turned it into something decent, and then what they did was they actually were, I guess, so ashamed basically of what they did with the release of that game that they basically told everybody, they're like, we will never make anybody pay for more content on this game. We will continue to work on this game. We will continue to release content. And all you will ever have to pay for is the base game. And they've stuck by that. And they have continued to release massive amounts of content for that game. It has never been any DLC that you had to pay for. It is legit. You just buy the base game, which you can all the time get that game for like $20 to $30, I think. And there is a ton of content in that game. A ton of it. As opposed to like the flip opposite is what you see with like The Sims, right? Get that base game for free. But if you want all the additional content in the game, you're going to pay $1,100 for it, right? I mean, that's EA for you, though, right? Sorry. EA makes me want to throw up. Blood Bowl 3 is a hot mess, by the way. I don't even care that they added Lizardmen to it for free. That game apparently is just total balls. I think we've already got something on that up. Yeah, we got that up. These will probably be our articles here. Really slow played it this morning, didn't I? Sorry. I had a lot of discussions, though. You know what? I need to talk to Psych. I need to talk to Psych. Psych actually has been trying. From what I recall, he was actually trying to incorporate the new rollout of the software that was allowing Mac users to play many of the PC games on Apple products. Can't remember what that was called, but I need to ask him how that was working out for him. Let's just stick with this. New Transformers video game revealed. A new Transformers video game has been announced and is set to release this fall. Earthspark Expedition is a single-player 3D action adventure game that will put players in the role of Bumblebee. Suck. As the name implies, the game is based on the Transformers Earthspark animated series, which airs on Paramount Plus. Developed by Tessera Studios, the game is set to release on Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, and PC on October 20th. The game is being published by Outright Games and marks their second Transformers title following 2020's Battlegrounds. Trailer for the game can be found below. At the top of this page? No. No, there is no trailer at the top of this page. I'll pull one up, though. While Transformers Battlegrounds features XCOM-inspired gameplay, Outright Games decided to take a more action-oriented approach for this game. During a press reveal for Transformers Earthspark Expedition, comicbook.com had a chance to ask the publisher about what change in genre, about that change in genre, and it seems the team wanted an approach that would be more appropriate to the IP and the audience. Majority of Outright Games' output focuses on younger players, so it makes sense that the team would move towards a genre that's more accessible. Players will explore 3 unique biomes, which Outright has described as massive. That doesn't really matter. Are they massive biomes that feel nice and give you plenty of things to do, and it makes you want to explore, the massiveness of them, or is it bleak? Or is it a big open, are these big open biomes that are just big for no reason? So massive doesn't matter. What matters is how are you incorporating the massiveness of it? Well, Bumblebee will take center stage in the game. Get out of there. Players can expect to see several other famous Transformers throughout, including Optimus, Grimlock, Skullcrusher, Nova Storm, and Skywarp. Players will unlock new abilities for Bumblebee as they progress, allowing him to visit previously inaccessible locations. Older fans will also be happy to know that the game will apparently have references to older shows and toys throughout. Let's see if we can pull up a trailer for this. Bam, 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 bam it. Bam, 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 bam it. Here you go. I need so much coffee. I just want to be a Decepticon, dude. Don't make me be Bumblebee. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't care. Like, any Transformers game, if you're just... if you're not able to play more than one Transformer, what are they doing? It feels very, very shallow for a Transformers game. They're just... they didn't even call it, like, Transformer Bumblebee or anything, but that's like the only character you can play. I'm not going to have a whole lot of expectations for that, to be honest. It feels very, very uncreative. But, I mean, to each their own, and take a look. In these universes, these universes where games are created, where traditionally they've got a lot of cool characters and stuff, you want to see the use of that, right? Not just, hey, here's a Transformers game, you can play as one of the characters, have fun. You're going to get tired of that, I think. I would, anyways. It feels bad. Starfield was reportedly in development for PS5. The U.S. Federal Trade Commission has alleged Bethesda Game Studios' upcoming sci-fi adventure game Starfield was originally set to be a multi-platform release, landing on both Xbox and PlayStation consoles. In court documents made public during the FTC investigation into Microsoft's planned acquisition of Activision Blizzard, the organization claims that prior to the ZeniMax transaction, Starfield and Redfall were originally planned for release on PS5 consoles. Starfield was first announced in 2018, years before Microsoft bought Bethesda, parent company ZeniMax Media, for US $7.5 billion. At the time, it was reportedly being developed for multiple consoles before Microsoft allegedly made the decision to secure Xbox and PC exclusivity. This move aligns with the recent reports of a change in the original release plans for Redfall. In an interview with IGN France, Harvey Smith, creative director of the game, claimed Redfall was originally set to launch on PS5 before Microsoft came in, and they said PlayStation 5 were focusing on Xbox, PC, and Game Pass. The FTC's claim that Starfield was restricted for PS5 under similar circumstances, compounded by Smith's comments about Redfall, will likely serve as evidence in the ongoing FTC trial established to block Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Yeah. We already knew about that. This is so stupid. Microsoft has already shown that it can and will withhold content from its gaming rivals, as have all the other gaming companies. Right? I mean, what a stupid argument. Of course they will. They've also shown that they will make some of their titles multi-platform, like Minecraft. This is the business side of it. You take specific titles, you make them First party for your platform, proprietary for your platform. So people have to play them on your platform, just like Sony does with like God of War and Final Fantasy and things like that. And Nintendo obviously does the same thing, right? like, um, so why is Microsoft getting so much heat about doing the same thing that everybody else does, right? Just because they're about to buy Activision Blizzard? I don't know. It seems like a really stupid argument. I get it. There's anti-competitive sides of this if they get, you know, Activision Blizzard, but the entire gaming industry has been anti-competitive on that same front that they're trying to argue about forever and ever. And I do think that like a large part of what this is Sony wanting to remain who they've been forever. And I do think that what a big part of if this acquisition went through, I can see where it would enhance competition as well. It's not totally anti-competitive. I can see the sides of this where it would enhance, it would make Sony have to be creative the way Xbox has had to be for such a very long time. I've said that for a long time. This whole thing just needs to get done. There's nothing new out of the into that. We'll talk about this now, though. Microsoft regulators tangle in court over fate of $69 billion deal that could reshape video gaming. Was there anything new here that we haven't seen? This is just a bunch of back and forth between like lawyers and the regulators and Sony and Microsoft. I'll let you guys read it if you want, but there's not a whole lot new here, dude. It's the same crap we've been dealing with. We get anything significant on this front, I will dive into it. Until then, it's just more of the same crap. Starfield's planets 10% will feature life in some way. Awesome. In an interview with on the Kind of Funny podcast, Todd Howard spoke at length about how Bethesda Game Studios created the 1,000 planets featured in Starfield, which is launching later this year on September 6th, or the 1st for those with a special edition. He confirmed that out of those 1,000 planets, only around 10% of them will feature some kind of life. It was almost to be expected, and Howard did stress that having too many locations, abandoned bases, and settlements on planets scattered all around the galaxy eventually feels far too gamey or unrealistic, which is a fair defense. Agreed. Yeah. I mean, you know, you want to see it be more like what we experience here in our own situation, right? I mean, we haven't really actually found any signs of life in our own little system here, have we? You know, and so you would expect that, you know, playing a game like this that's you wouldn't expect to go to every single planet and there to just be filled with life, right? Prepare for desolation. While talking about how the vast majority of locations are procedurally generated, Todd Howard mentioned the specific locations have been handcrafted and specifically placed, but for the most part, the planets in Starfield are desolate, empty, and lifeless. Spoiler alert, that's kind of how space works. Todd Howard said, quote, "It is that moment when you land on some of these barren planets, and again, we will generate certain things for you to find on them, but when you look at a planet, you see the resources, it has things you want. I love the Buzz Aldrin quote, the magnificent desolation. I think there's a certain beauty to landing on those and feeling like I'm one of the only people or the only person to ever visit this planet. Mostly the planets littered around the gargantuan map, and Starfield will be good for resource collecting only. But given that Easter eggs and secrets could be hidden absolutely anywhere, it'll likely be years before players fully exhaust the map, if ever." Todd Howard also covered the actual exploration aspect of every individual planet, going in depth on the biomes and the environments to be uncovered. He highlighted that almost every planet is more or less unique. Bethesda has worked with temperature, radiation levels, weather effects, gravity, and impacts on a player when constructing these planets. I like that, actually. I like that. Only about 10% of the planets will have life on them. I think that's pretty neat. I think that's the way it should be. This is more of I think what were they trying to present this as? A more, it's not a factual, but a more factual-esque sci-fi adventure. So it's not everything. Not everything in this game is going to be fact-based or reality-based or anything. But they're trying to make it more that way than something you would find in like maybe a space game like No Man's Sky, where it's like all these planets you go to just have life everywhere and stuff. It seems like, you know what I mean. And I think that's cool. I think that's neat. Yeah. What do you guys think? PS Plus July 2023 free PS4 and PS5 games reveal. New releases coming sooner than expected. New PS Plus Essentials will replace the current lineup of NBA 2K23, Trek to Yomi, and Jurassic World Evolution 2. The headline new game is NBA 2K23, which features all of the official teams and players, not to mention a wealth of game modes. Trek to Yomi, on the other hand, is a stylish action game published by Devolver Digital. Jurassic World Evolution 2 is a strategy game in which players build their own parks. The next batch of games will be announced during Sony's PlayStation Plus Celebration event, which marks 1 year of new PS Plus. This will include free avatars and wallpaper illustrations for PlayStation Plus members. To mark the occasion, all members will receive a voucher code to redeem custom avatars that commemorate some of the popular titles offered through PlayStation Plus. Be on the lookout for an email or check the PlayStation Plus website for a voucher code that can be redeemed from June 20th through June 30th. If you guys need more out of this, here you go. E3 2024 and 2025 canceled, according to LA Tourism Board. Like I've said, that E3 wouldn't be a thing again anyways. Developers don't want to be a part of it anymore. They figured out a way to get things done themselves, so why would they? I've said this for a couple of years now, and it's looking more and more to be the case that I was correct in that assumption. And what could be a crushing realization for the future of E3, if it wasn't already an obvious one, the Los Angeles County City Tourism Board, the Los Angeles City Tourism Board seems to have confirmed that E3 2024 and 2025 have both been canceled behind closed doors. This revelation surfaced in a sizable document that originated from a meeting held by City Tourism Commission on Wednesday, June 21st. In the document, there was a page dedicated to citywide convention sales with a reference to a particular figure considering E3 cancellations for the following 2 years. In a thread that surfaced on Reset Era, user Rosty broke down the news uncovered by the aforementioned document and explained on it, highlighting where plans had been confirmed for dates of both the 2024 and 2025 events. Interesting. I never thought it'd be back anyways. If you want to take a look at any of that, there you go. This is kind of ridiculous. Gamer infiltrated Nintendo meeting to complain about Splatoon 3's lack of male poses. Japanese man scraped together cash to buy Nintendo shares just to get a weird complaint in. Things got a bit awkward at the latest meeting of Nintendo shareholders when a Japanese man took the spotlight, used his allotted question time complained about a perceived lack of cool poses for the male characters in Splatoon 3 in a lengthy manner. He explained that from his point of view, female characters get a preferential treatment in comparison to male characters. Company has blatantly given the boys in Splatoon the cold shoulder, and I would like to see some improvement, the man said. He explained that Splatoon 1 and 2, where customization options were a lot more limited, paid a similar amount of attention to both character types, but in Splatoon 3, there's a lot more customization. There's a clear favoritism towards girl characters over boys. This is evident, he argued, in the available hairstyles for both characters, as the styles for male characters aren't as elaborate or diverse as those of their counterparts. Same goes for profile icons and emotes, which he said are designed to look better with the female characters. Quote, it makes me extremely sad when people say, if you enjoy playing as a boy, then you won't enjoy playing Splatoon, he stated. He apparently was also paranoid that Splatoon 3 wouldn't have any male characters at all due to the game's marketing. From the 2021 Fall Direct and all of the next year, trailers always showed the girl characters. There were people like me who were looking forward to playing as a boy, and every day, without seeing the boy character, we were filled with dread that we wouldn't be able to. Shintaro Furukawa, Nintendo's current president, eventually interrupted the rant, saying that the question the man was asking became too long. That eventually did not faze the shareholder, and the speech continued for a while. Furukawa took it all in until the man was done, simply thanking him for playing the game, sharing his opinion before moving on to the next question, leaving the subject matter at hand untouched. What makes this encounter all the more bizarre is that the person in question apparently bought Nintendo shares with the explicit goal of getting that complaint off his chest at the shareholders' meeting. Strapped for cash, the man purchased Switch OLEDs with a credit card to then sell them at a loss and buy some Nintendo shares in order to be able to attend the conference. He did all that after repeatedly sending letters to Nintendo with his concerns, which remained unanswered. Oh man, that's wild. That's wild, dude. I mean, I'll give it. This individual is committed, dude. He's got a purpose, and he's committed to it. There's no doubt about that. I mean, I've never played Splatoon 3, so I don't know. But as somebody who doesn't really have an issue with playing characters of any gender or race or anything like that, I just, I mean, but I do understand that people want representation and the immersion of being able to maybe play games where they feel, like the character is more of a representation of who they are and things like that. So that's not lost on me. I definitely felt more like that whenever I was younger. I liked having characters in games where I could I felt a connection to that character. And I still have games where, I want that a little bit, but quite often it doesn't matter to me anymore. Like I like to just make characters to have fun, and it just depends on what game I'm playing too. But this individual obviously has some concerns here, and it has a dedicated purpose that they are committed to, man, for sure. So I don't know, man. I can't really comment here because I haven't played Splatoon 3, and I'm not really sure what the if there is any kind of discernible difference between the different character genders and how they're represented and stuff. But that's kind of wild, man. Take a look if you guys are interested here. What's up, Tinwin? Oh, sick, dude. Nice. Yeah, that's great. I mean, you love to see that kind of stuff, right? It's usually those developers that have that connection with community that are interested in truly interested in receiving feedback and taking it to heart, and you know, tend to be some of the better ones, right? I talk about it a lot, though. I mean, I feel like it's got to be difficult for developers nowadays too, though, right? Just due to the fact of there's a small population that really harms, I think, the relationship between us as the enthusiast and the consumer, and them as the developer. Because not that there hasn't been things that have happened on both sides to damage the relationship, but um, developers are always getting data mined. They're always getting information leaked. They're always trying to open, if they try to open a line of communication, and they get, toxic individuals that, make them want to shut down those lines of communication, and or people showing up at their businesses or even at their employees' places of residence and stuff. There's weird stuff that happens that makes it tough, I think, for developers. But it's good to, I mean, I do think that the ones that have more of a dedicated stance at trying to incorporate the community around developing the game, in which the way the community wants to see it evolve, tends to have a better time with those games and those releases. Yeah, no doubt. That's sick, dude. Nice. Awesome, man. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Happy Friday, buddy. Filthy Diablo 4. I'm glad that they were able to get you in there and everything, man. That's great. Filthy Diablo 4 infinite spawn glitch makes it rain loot for as long as you want. Dude, this is like my dream. This is my fantasy. I just wanna swing my arms around in endless loot. Farm XP and legendaries till Blizzard nerfs this one too. Doesn't matter how many nerfs Blizzard sends out, D4 players will find a way to squeeze as much XP and rare items out of an action RPG as possible. The infinite spawn glitch might be the most blatantly broken XP and item farm in the game since launch. Depending on what class you play, you won't even have to move to make use of it. Cellars are Diablo 4's bite-sized dungeons, and probably the first thing you start to ignore as you progress through the game. Usually, they only have a few enemies in them, or a random event that rewards you with a single chest. Compared to regular dungeons, they're rarely worth time, until now. Who said Cellars are not worth it? There's a 9-second clip from a Reddit user that has so many item names on the screen that it feels like you're reading a book. The clip is a peek at what you can do with the right event and the right timing in a cellar. The amount of XP and loot you can get is so high that I can't see Blizzard letting this go on for much longer. As with any egregious glitch like this, using it knowing there's a risk Blizzard might suspend or ban your account for doing so. Otherwise, I'd only recommend doing this if you finish the campaign and are trying to climb past level 50. Character will need to be good at annihilating packs of enemies in a second or two to get this glitch to trigger. They've got a how-to on how to do it. Let's watch this real quick.
Hey guys.
Oh my god, it's 8 minutes long. Yeah, I just want to see the just show me this loot real quick. I just need to see all the loot drop. Oh, does it just keep dropping out of there? Oh, it does. Look. Hold on. It just keeps dropping. Infinite mob glitch guide. Event will finish, spawn a chest, enemies will now endlessly respawn. Interesting. Some players say enemies start infinitely respawning when they killed the first pack at 2 or 3 seconds left on the timer, but latency and character builds might be a factor. You should aim to wipe every enemy out as close to the end as possible. If you fail, you can always reset it or try in another cellar. Once you create your own portal to hell, you can farm these demonic crops for as long as you like. Free to teleport back to town to manage your inventory, but just make sure you return within a few minutes so the seller doesn't reset. That's funny, dude. Oh yeah, yeah. The spawn is not the loot, right? Yeah, that's what was freaking me out. I was like, dude, it doesn't look like it's like raining loot. It looks like the spawns are just keeping coming in. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. That's funny. Good times. Gotta love it, dude. Microsoft was working on a separate dedicated version of Xbox Cloud. This is the last article I have for the morning. And then we'll go do some V-Rising stuff. Midsummer Eve, yeah, dude, yeah. Yeah. Happy one to you too, buddy. So Microsoft was working on a separate dedicated version of Xbox Cloud Gaming. So here's Tim, while you're here, dude, here's my plan right now. So today's probably going to be like kind of the down ramping of V-Rising for now. I'm going to focus on Grounded moving forward, try to get through that story, and I'm going to start playing Tears of the Kingdom again after that. But what I'm going to do is probably on days where Pinky's not able to play Grounded with me, I'll probably take to dive back into Shadows over Loathing and finish that up. So I don't have dedicated days, but just know that coming up here, if there are days where Pinky's not able to be around for Grounded, I might just pivot over and play Shadows, okay? And I'm going to try to get that finished up here pretty quick. So within the next couple of weeks, there will probably just be some sporadic days of Shadows and getting that finished up. So if you want to be around for it, just be on the lookout for me playing that or whatever. Microsoft was working on a separate dedicated version of Xbox Cloud Gaming. Microsoft has been suspiciously quiet about Xbox Cloud Gaming recently after a flurry of announcements in recent years. Microsoft was working on a separate version of Xbox Cloud Gaming, xCloud, that wouldn't have been tied to its premium Game Pass subscription. During the FTC versus Microsoft hearing today, the FTC's counsel revealed that Microsoft had been working on a dedicated xCloud SKU last year. Microsoft has now strangely changed its mind amid regulatory concerns over cloud gaming. What changed since September of last year? Quote, we've continued to get more data about the success and the popularity of xCloud, gotten more clear on the costs related to it, and we have signed partnerships with others who provide those services, said Bond. This is a key part of the FTC versus Microsoft hearing, as Microsoft has been arguing that Xbox Cloud Gaming, xCloud, simply a feature and not a dedicated market. If Microsoft was planning to offer access in a similar way to Google Stadia, then that undermines its argument that it's just a feature. But it's clear that this was never always going to be just a feature. We believe there's going to be 2 billion gamers in the world, and our goal is to reach every one of them. Microsoft has also been suspiciously quiet about Xbox Cloud Gaming over the past year. The company originally announced a dedicated Xbox streaming device in 2021 before confirming it was making changes to the device in May of last year, Project Keystone, which has now been shut down, right? As it was referred to internally, and it was spotted on Phil Spencer's shelf, which we saw last year. It was set to be a dedicated Xbox streaming console, yeah, but was pushed back because of its price. What we had heard, that project's been kind of, there's been I guess a pin put in that where it's not even really being worked on right now. They've kind of been like, let's hold off on that. All right, I guess that's all that was. Interesting. Weird. All right, man. That's the jam-lam. That's the news, dude. That's the news. We're going to get ready to go play some V-Rising. This will probably be like the last big day of V-Rising. It doesn't mean we won't like play more of it in the future or anything, but it's just we got a lot of games coming. We got a lot of other games we need to play. V-Rising is a lot of fun. Dude, I enjoy it very much. I feel like it suffers tremendously from needing quality of life, specifically in regards to needing to be able to auto use resources inside your castle or inside at least proximity auto use resources, something, man, for building and crafting and stuff. That game is so resource heavy that would be an absolutely incredible implementation for that game. Other than that, the game's amazing. It feels really good. That part of it's tedious. Resource management is tedious because of all the building and crafting and having to put stuff back and all over the place. You should be able to just auto utilize any loot that you have within chests or storage within your castle heart area or something. That would make that game so much more intuitive and just streamlined.
All right, that one was on me.
That's right. Yeah, it's Wick's fault. Yeah, for sure. But outside of that, I mean, the game's a lot of fun. I enjoy it very much. It has some weird optimization issues. I get some CPU over usage at times where my CPU gets throttled very badly, just randomly. I've done a little bit of that and a little bit of overlay. I've run MSI Afterburner overlay on it and seen where CPU just ramps up real hard sometimes, and I'll drop like half my frame. So outside of those two things, it's really good. I've enjoyed it a lot, but I'm getting a really good sense of what the game has to offer at this point, and I'm kind of ready to move on to just getting real focused on Grounded and getting the story done, because there's more story in Grounded than there really is in like V-Rising. V-Rising is more about just focusing down bosses, and then if you're in a PvP server, focusing on PvP stuff, and we're not. So it would just continuing to be doing bosses and progressing that way, and I'm ready to just move on and get the story going on Grounded and then get it back into Tears of the Kingdom. And then in August, we've got... so that'll finish up June. July will be back in Tears of the Kingdom. August will probably be pivoting into Fallout New Vegas along with... man, what do we have dropping? WrestleQuest. I'll probably play WrestleQuest on release. And Blasphemous 2. We've got a lot of good stuff coming our way, man. So we need to get on the move. But great news segment, man. That's what we got planned coming up for the next couple of months, gaming wise. And you guys rock, man. I appreciate it. Great news segment, and we're gonna move on, get some V-Rising going for our last big day of that. And I don't know if anybody's checking out this video gaming news segment. We've got all the previous video gaming news segments on YouTube, along with playthroughs of games we've played, funny clips and highlights that are out there. All that stuff is also on the Twitch channel as highlights. So if you're checking out any of that content and you're enjoying it, come hang out with myself and all the rest of the amazing people that make up this awesome community we have here. And come see what we're about, man. We'd like to have more people come be a part of what we do that fit in with what we're about here, man. So other than that, man, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind. Happy Friday, and we'll catch everybody tomorrow for June 24th edition of Video Gaming News.